Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early July 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Libra collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for our beautiful Libra friends in early July? It's a beautiful time of year. But let's see what energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Libra. Early July. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this card out here nice and quick for my good friends. Okay. This has to be like the oracle card of the week, my friends, because just for today's readings, it's the third time this card has shown up. That's like almost never happened before. And yeah, we're still using the Alice deck. So find the lesson is very, very cerebral in the mind. And it is showing up with a bit of a different flavor for your reading, though. Extremely thought-provoking and contemplative type of energy I'm picking up here, which I like. I mean, it's an active mind. You're an air sign. That makes sense. Now, before we fully dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the July subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. Now, I always say with this deck in particular, we're not just going on the literal meanings or the pictures and stuff like that, but finding the lesson is usually very important regardless of the situation, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. It's good to look at things from different perspectives. So for some of you, this could be some straightforward advice from spirit, especially if you're going through something difficult. It's like, okay, Libra, find the silver lining or find the lesson here, because there is a lesson in everything. There's a lesson in our wins. There's a lesson in our losses. I guess it all really depends on where your awareness is. But the main thing I'm picking up here is that mental activity, looking at situations from a lot of different perspectives and angles. So whether that, again, is advice from spirits and like, all right, Libra, what if you try looking at it from a different perspective? Or what if you like take yourself outside of it and view it in a different way? I mean, some of you, you might just be overthinking things. I mean, again, nothing wrong with that. It's human. We all do it from time to time. But to me, this card is like very deep in thought about something. So I would say just watch the mind in this time, because it could get a little carried away. So we're going to leave it at that. And yeah, I saw it for Libra. I saw it for Gemini. You all have the same card. But let's get into tarot now. And yeah, I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the lovely Libras. While we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. Some pretty good energy, if you ask me. The reading was titled An Unexpected Win, and I always say wins come in all different shapes and sizes. Sometimes they're major, sometimes they're life-altering, sometimes they're minor. Maybe you just have mostly good days this week, or maybe you're feeling good, or you're feeling better. But I did see something going much better than expected, or a win that you just didn't even see coming, which is really nice. So if that didn't pop up for you, well, energy can bleed over for a few weeks. You probably still have one coming up. But let's see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's. All right, let's get it going. 3 cards for Libra, please. What is happening in early July? Let's get these cards out. Thank you. Queen of Cups, very emotional. Very emotional energy right there. Interesting that I was talking about a lot on the mind. Now the Queen of Cups is here. I'm just going to get her tucked in right there. It makes sense. We're in Cancer season. Let's get a couple more. Queen of Cups can be very, very good, actually. Let's get a couple more. Yeah, now the deck is being a little clunky. There we go. Yeah, there it is. So 8 of Swords. So we're already getting this theme. A lot of internal energy here, my beautiful Libra friends, and that's okay. And it's quite all right. Let's get one more. What do we have here? Thank you. Okay. So 2 cards popped out together. The first one is the 5 of Pentacles. That's something we definitely want to watch out for. And you do have a bonus, which is nice, and it is the silver lining that we were already discussing. we have the beautiful Empress right there. That's one of your power cards. So we have really, really strong internal energy. We have a ton of divine feminine energy. There's really good stuff here. But again, to me, this is screaming like Libra scales, right? Like we have some beautiful light energy and we have some heavier energy, and that's okay. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, we have a nice elemental mixture happening here. We have water, which is the realm of emotions and feelings, creativity, love. We have swords, which is one of your comfort zones. That's the realm of logic, planning, strategy, the mind, like the logical mind. So it's like we have the heart and the mind, and it's also communication. Then we have earth right here on the back end, a little bit more long lasting energy. It could deal with work, could deal with matters of home and family, the material world around us. And yeah, then we have the Empress, which is Venus energy, your power card, your power planet. So we have a mixture of stuff going on. It's not too heavy one way or another, but there's a lot of internal stuff. I saw it in the very first card. I'm still feeling it here. Now, if you're fine, maybe this is someone you're connected to. But let's go through this piece by piece and really start to build it out. Position number one, Queen of Cups. So, again, big water sign energy. So maybe you're connected to a Pisces, a Cancer, a Scorpio. If that's not the case, and remember, it's not gender specific, queens represent the internal aspects of their suit. I already told you, cups, that's the realm of love, emotion, creativity, the feelings, like those really, really deep feelings. So her being the Queen of Cups is like a double whammy of that. So really, really strong emotions, really, really strong feelings and love. So just know in this time, there's a really powerful intensity to the emotional experiences you have. So whether they're good, bad, or indifferent, there's just a certain cranked up intensity that I always pick up with this Queen of Cups. Now, the issue that can sometimes pop up with the Queen of Cups is that she's a beautiful card, soft, flowing, loving type of energy, but it could be a card that's prone to suppression where it feels so much, feels so intensely, but doesn't let it out, doesn't speak about it, holds things down deep, deep inside. So watch with suppression in this time, especially with her, because at some point with the Queen of Cups, that energy can erupt and explode forth. So we'll want to keep a close eye on her. Usually it's just, I just feel like it's a lot of emotional intensity one way or another. Now, moving to the middle, we have a card that links almost exactly with what we were seeing with that very first Oracle card. We have the Eight of Swords, and you see that person there. Not the nicest piece of imagery. It's all good. Notice that they're blindfolded and hoodwinked, surrounded by the swords. This is a huge card of anxiety, stress, nervousness. Now, I always say it's on a spectrum. It doesn't always have to be the worst case of anxiety or stress someone's ever had. It could just be slightly on edge. This is a huge card of overthinking, like we've already been seeing. So just watch that your mind doesn't get away from you. There's just something about that. Whether it's a situation you're worried about, whether it's a person you're worried about, or a topic that you're just overthinking too much. Again, no judgment here. You do what you got to do. But this energy could be very tense. That's the one thing I'll say. So we have intensity and we have tense energy right here with this Eight of Swords. Now, the good thing about this card, whether it's you or somebody else, it's an energy that will pass in a good way. This is not permanent. It's a quick moving energy, and it's an energy that will lift at some point. So if you are going through some rough things, if we do have some warnings, this is a good sign that the energy will flow, the energy will pass at some point, and hopefully quicker or sooner rather than later. Now, moving to the very back end as we get this Eight of Swords back down here. So as you can see, we have the heart and mind going here. It could be a little tug of war going on where it's like, oh, I feel this way and I want to do this, but logically I shouldn't do this. It's like I have this tug of war going on. But back here we have the Five of Pentacles. Now I like to break this card into two separate streets, where one might be the financial, the work-based stuff, the material-based stuff, and one could be relationships, because they present very different for those reasons. So the challenge of this card, you see those people that are thrown out in the cold there. Doesn't look like they're having a great time. And when it comes to finances, this could be spirit saying like, hey, watch your spending. This could be spirit saying like, hey, Libra, watch out for issues with coworkers or work in general. Anything revolving around finance and how you gain money, there could be tension in those areas. So just watch out for that. But when it comes to personal relationships, this is a card of feeling abandoned, abandonment. It could be missing someone. It could be longing for somebody. So there could be a very specific person or a situation where I'm just very reminiscent of it. I miss it. for whatever reason. And since it's pentacles, it kind of sticks. That's the thing. Now, I will say the positive aspect of the Five of Pentacles is the fact that it is a five. It does represent change, and it's like temporary. Again, so just like with this Eight of Swords and this Five of Pentacles, they share that, where it's like, all right, this is a bump in the road. This is a roadblock. I will get through this, which is a really nice thing. Now, moving to the back end, the big silver lining to the whole entire reading, I would say, is that one of your major power cards is here. We have the beautiful, lovely Empress. Now, a lot of people link this to Taurus, and that is true, but she's just linked to Venus energy in general. And since you're a Libra, that's your ruling planet. So when I see this, doesn't matter male, female, or anything in between. Empress is the finer things in life. Empress is enjoying oneself, whether it's hobbies, whether it's just taking some time for yourself, having a you day. Like, I'm going to do something for me. That's kind of what I'm picking up off this, which is really nice. So self-love, self-care, very important when she shows up as a bonus. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Libra. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my friends. What do we have for the Libras? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Queen of Cups. And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Libra, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, let's get this Queen going. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, it's like, what's gotten into me? It's giving me that kind of energy. Like, why am I feeling this? What has gotten into me? It is a little volatile, to be honest with you. When I see the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, usually this is a card that's like very sturdy, predictable, stable. So when I'm seeing this connection right here, for some Libras, just watch out for extremes in emotion, like emotional highs, high highs, low lows, whether you're experiencing it or it's someone you care about. It's like, there's not a lot of gray area. There's not a lot of middle ground, which is extra difficult for Libras because you guys tend to strive for balance. This is anything but balanced, what I'm seeing here. So again, whether it's another person, whether it's your own internal world, I do feel like this is an emotional warning for sure. Let's talk about it a little deeper. Now, the Nine of Pentacles, if it was in the upright, I'd be like, oh, great, cool, everything's fine. Business as usual, things staying the same. This is an energy that's like just very stable, very independent, very confident. So when it shows up in reverse, it's the opposite of all those things. So it's like the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs. For some of you, it could be a change in emotion too. Like, again, I'm getting extremes. I'm getting change of decision, change of heart. It's just everything seems a little wild all over the place. So again, I'm not judging. I'm not saying it's definitely you. This is most definitely an emotional warning or a change of heart in regards to something. Let's keep going. Let's keep moving. We're not going to get stuck here. It is what it is. And I just always have to continue to press. Like, this could be yours or somebody else's, right? It depends on your story. But it is very up and down, very unpredictable. There could be individuals where it's like, oh, I don't know how they're going to react. It's like I get a different version. Let's see what's up with the Eight of Swords. There's that Eight of Swords here. Oh, okay. We have the World in the upright underneath this Eight of Swords. Okay. And it's giving me like, no, that can't be it. That can't be it. It's like, I refuse. That's not it. The World can sometimes represent endings, chapters, closing. So obviously when I see the Eight of Swords in the World, it's like, no, that's not the ending I want. That's not how that was supposed to go, or that's not the end. It's just giving me kind of like a denial, if that makes sense. So again, I'm not saying it's you. Absolutely, I'm still getting the wound tight, nervous, anxious stuff. So again, there could be someone you're connected to where it's like, I don't want to say it's thinking worst case scenario, but it kind of is, if that makes sense. It's an energy that's just really wound tight and nervous here for whatever reason. And I'm just getting this like, no, that's not the ending I want, or that's not how that was supposed to go. So there's like a certain sense of denial here that I'm seeing in the center. Again, very straightforward, very to the point, very blunt. There could be various things that are shifting. And remember, we already saw change. This is also a card of change, transformation, very karmic. This is a card that could, aside from representing the endings, it's just very powerful in general. But I am seeing both. I'm seeing like the emotional, I'm seeing the mental going on here. It just feels like there's a lot happening. So it's like the opposite of what I was seeing last week. You had such a great reading last week, and now it's like all this stuff. So watch out for things affecting your energy in a big way. Let's keep moving. Let's see what's up with the Five of Pentacles. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. Yeah, there's a couple of warnings here this week. It's all good, though. Remember, something I always like to mention, especially when we have difficult cards that pop up, you are the creator of your reality. You're a creator being. It's all about where you focus your awareness, and you can always shift your awareness. Always know that. But let's go in on the Five of Pentacles here. So why is it in the mix for my Libras, please? Thank you. Oh, it's like an ache. It's an ache. And it's not going away. Okay. So the Seven of Pentacles is a card that seems to linger. Okay, so again, whether it is a thought that's lingering, whether it's a feeling that's lingering, whether it's a memory that's lingering. Like when I see the Five of Pentacles with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like I still feel the same. I'm still feeling this. I'm still experiencing this. So just know it doesn't have to be something completely fresh. It doesn't have to be something completely new. Now, for some of you that have recently gone through a few difficult things, this is something that might affect you for a while when I see this. But for another portion of you, it's like, I don't like this, and not in like a bad way. It's like I just still feel this, whatever it might be. So whether it's someone that you're missing, something that's been an issue and continues to be, like especially if this is like business and work, it's like, oh well, nothing seems to be changing here. This is continuing to stress me out. It could be all. I don't want to just pigeonhole this reading into just relationships. So yeah, if it's a work-related thing, it's like, oh, I'm not seeing a lot of change on the horizon, even though we have this shifting energy in the front. Again, this is another karmic card. It's a card that's like sitting and waiting. It's not moving much. So I see like energy lingering. That's the big thing I'm picking up here. Again, whether it's you missing somebody, someone missing you, that could be part of it as well. Um, there's just some heavy stuff this week, Libra, and that's okay. You know, life is like that sometimes, right? Ups and downs. Any sign understands it would be you. Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow card. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we have the Queen of Cups with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Watch out for extreme emotional swings or just intensity in general. Just what it feels like, either high highs, low lows. It's just all over the place. You could be changing your feelings on things like every other hour. It's like giving me that vibe, or someone is. Moving to the middle, we have the Eight of Swords with the World in the upright. There's a sense of denial here where it's like, it can't end like this. Or, no, that's not how that was supposed to go. It's giving me that kind of vibe. It's also anxious and nervous. Moving to the back end, Five of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Either this is an energy that will linger for a long time, or there could be one that has been lingering for a while where it's like, I still feel this. This still feels fresh to me for some reason. Um, there could also be a longing for something as well. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Yeah, there's definitely some emotional warnings here this week. But let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get you a shuffle here. And yes, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got for the lovely Libras? Oh, okay, thank you. Chariot. This does tie with the zodiacal season we're in right now, which is Cancer season. I usually like the Chariot because it's great for movement, action, could represent situations with distance, it could represent vacations and trips. It's usually good and it's energy that's on the go. But the shadow side of this is that sometimes it could be a little too forceful. Sometimes it could be a little too aggressive. So for some Libras, just watching this time that, usually Libras don't like force things. But when I see this card in the shadows, it's like, all right, it's very important not to be overly aggressive or try to force something, especially with this Chariot here, because it is on the go and it is battling. Now, the good thing about it, it's an energy that continues to move forward. That's a really positive pull when we see this Chariot, if you're not connected to Cancer. But yeah, the main thing I'm feeling here is just watch out for any person or individual that is too forceful, they pressure too much, or Spirit is just telling you to let something flow. Like whatever will be, type of energy. So we're just going to leave it at that, Libra. That's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the July subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you can book a personal reading with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. My digital calendar's over there, so you could go check out availability. But for the July subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the Tarot of the Owls. It's beautiful, it's unique, and it definitely fits the season. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, for all the uses that tarot has to offer, which do you think is best? Do you like using it for love situations, personal, financial, business, you name it? You put it in the comments, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.